But thank you. Hearing you say that does help. What are you doing? I'm not a baby. Fair. Alright, fine. Well, that makes it a lot less awkward knowing you're streaming. They can probably hear me. You sure? Words. I don't know. Hello. Yay. Did you finally figure out where the volume is for people? Well, I'm happy I could at least help with that. Settings for Devour. It's okay. I don't mind. People can hear me.
Well, that's nice. But I don't think my voice is heard. Heard! Yeah, it's right there. Good morning. I didn't play Coromon yesterday, did I? I think I was way too tired. I really don't.
You played it in the morning.
Yeah. Morning, super early in the morning. I didn't sleep all night. I was
And
just
then
obsessed.
you slept all day.
Yeah.
You said you were in pain too.
I did. But yeah, this game, I just couldn't stop playing it. I wanted to finish. I didn't want to finish it, but I really wanted to know what was going to happen at the end. And I'm like, oh, okay. Nice.
I'm sad the game's over now.
Yeah.
And
but
then
I want to
there's
do
more
that.
stuff to do.
You can initiate a dome challenge at the other day. So, okay. What am I doing? I feel like I'm giving birth. Okay, welcome to the Battle Dome, where battles are endless and excitement knows no bounds. I want to take on a dome challenge. What is this place? Great choice.
It did sound like you read that like Jana. Like her voice lines.
Please select the opponent you'd like us to simulate. The Coromon you'd like to take with you. Oh, what? Strength required for next. Strength required?
Faut avoir un autre qui est obsédé par mon dieu.
Ah, tu sais
Alors,
qui?
on prend du vent? Non, elle n'a pas ressorti.
Ben là, t'es sûr qu'elle...
Peut-être qu'elle sait pas comment sortir.
Mais oui, elle sait, elle a sorti de 3 fois déjà.
On verra.
Les chats, quand ils dorment, eux autres, ils dorment bien dur. Smarter trainers, no. Token multiplier plus 1. 1 time. Duplicate. Species allowed.
Yes.
Okay.
Ah, ok, oui. C'est tout ça là-dedans. Ok. c'est à manger. Ouais, c'est ça. Bon, ben, je vais attendre au prochain. Parce que, qu'est-ce que je vais faire? Je sais pas, je vais voir.
Oh, he
Brand new
doesn't want to
purpose.
go.
God gave me a brand new purpose.
Arrêtez de parler fort!
God gave me a brand new purpose.
Eh oh, c'est bon!
Gosh, my head hurts.
Okay, God gave me
Confirm.
Was it to stop talking? Sorry.
C'est toi qui peux faire ça, mon cher. Qui peut se préparer.
What? Crimson Knight Coromon are not allowed?
Dis-moi que j'avais envie. Non, Jésus.
You need... Yeah, oh, can I not? Ooh. Potent. What? That was a lot. Oh, my Susie. Swap with... Yes.
Oh, no lie.
I have this one already, so I could... They don't have that. No, they don't. So I have ice, fire, electric, and ghost. What am I missing? I'm missing my, I need my crab. Give me my crab. Oops. Sorry, not you. Fully arrested. Ha! It's showtime! Welcome, Maya. Welcome to the Marvel. That is our battle dome. I am your host today, dedicated to helping you grasp the ins and outs of this thrilling challenge. Please follow me a bit further down this preparation room. In Dome challenges, picking the top Coromon isn't the sole factor for achieving the longest winning streak. Oh, I really need to do the winning streak shit. Restoring your Coromon's HPSP or both, changing their trait, evolution stage, or potential states, and getting useful items from the shop to aid them. It's all equally important, but it all comes at a cost. As for each action, you'll need to spend the precious Doom tokens you'll... What is it supposed to be, a roguelike? Speaking of battles, it's time to get your first winning streak. Let's start it. Follow me to the next room, where phenomenal battle simulators await. Here we are. Feel free to put on the simulator headset while I explain how to work. The battle simulator is designed to supply you with unlimited amount of opponents. By default, the device hides the upcoming opponent and only reveals its level. But there's also an option menu in there you can build your opponent identity by spending just a handful of Dome tokens. And for those doing enough or in need of extra Dome tokens, there's an extended option to amplify the strength of your opponent as well. After you've settled on your opponent details, the real challenge begins as you step into an actual battle simulator. The simulation closely mirrors the mechanics of a regular battle, distractions with careful vitality. The simulator acknowledges your effort and rewards you with Dome tokens, a tangible measure of your achievements. The calculation of your Dome tokens relies on a sophisticated algorithm. Yet a general principle is that the higher the remaining HP of your Coromon and the lower the utilization of its substantial your Dome token reward become. So make sure to strategize to maximize your game. And that's basically all you need to know. The rest is up to you. It's time now to seize the moment and show us what extraordinary winning streak you're capable of. Let's say first. I just put 2 fireball. That's a lot. I not allowed? I'm not allowed. Okay, I see. Modify, reveal opponent 1. Start battle against opponent 1. I have a secret weapon. The power of bad pawns. Brace yourself for a punishing defeat. Come, let us see how our contestant fears. It was my first battle. What are you talking about? À quoi? À quoi?
Ça s'appelle collation.
Oh.
Ça vient avec de la salade, tomate et sauce ranch ou sauce chipotle. Puis là, il y a un deal en ce moment, c'est on peut en avoir 2 pour 7 $. 2 pour 7 $. Ils sont pas gros, tant que ça s'appelle une collation. Ah ok, ouais, j'ai oublié de dire, ça vient avec du poulet assaisonné croustillant. Poulet assaisonné, tomate, salade. Peut-être pas en prendre au prochain achat. Il y a des nouveaux wraps. Il y a des rabais sur les nouveaux wraps collation.
Well, they make it really hard. Oh, wait. Am I allowed to heal my Pokemon? Oh. Ah. Let's see. Okay, what was the other option? Why not up? Change trait. Change trait. What's that? No. What? So this is only $6. So I can just give it to the... Okay. Can I... Yeah. Still gonna give him some... No, I forgot. We can't. Mathieu! Ow!
Ah, ils ont une onction spéciale sur cette chanson-là.
Tu peux pas crier. Tu peux-tu pas crier? Let the boy. I'm scratching
I don't know.
Pas une raison de crier, Mathieu, s'il te plaît, j'ai mal à la tête.
Right? So, place during the dinner, Mom brought up the fact that she asked what I find gorgeous about. Why are you doing that? Wanting to be honest without being crude. Do the crude stuff too, man. Throw it all in. Really straight. I told her eyes, smile, and hair. Okay, well, that gets rid of my whole theory of the... She giggled and thanked me. She seemed both so flattered and so shocked. And Mom told Dad and told him that I called her gorgeous, despite the fact everything had happened in front of him. She told him that she doesn't get called beautiful from him anymore, but she got called gorgeous by her daughter's boyfriend. Okay, you ever go to a friend's house? Or you know, people you haven't seen in a while? Any couple that you haven't seen in a while, and they start fighting in front of you, and all you can do is just sit there and just go. You know? It's like you're out to dinner, and they start fighting about something that you don't know what's going on. You know, like they start fighting about something that happened 10 years ago, and you're just sitting there. Like, damn, this spaghetti's really good, huh? Hey, waiter, come over here. Talk to me for a second. I'm uncomfortable. That's what this is. Are you squeezing your girlfriend's hand under the table, meeting her parents? Can you prod her? Can you pinch her on the leg and be like, hey, stop them. The cats are fighting. Damn it. You know, there's got to be a way. It led to a big fight between the mom and the dad. When my girlfriend and I got back to her apartment, she agreed that Henry's reaction had little to do with me and is mostly about problems between them. But my girlfriend said that my behavior towards her mom was still inappropriate. What was he doing? Was he doing like old school cartoon effects? It was like tongue jetting out like a wolf at a cartoon. You know, he used whole wolf whistle action. She said even if her parents had a perfect marriage, it's still weird that I was flirting with her mom. Am I the a-hole? You said, wow, you look gorgeous. I think gorgeous, oh man, if I'm talking to, you know, an in-law figure, I feel like I say, you look great. Wow, look at your dress. You know, saying specific things. Look at that dress. You know, I think calling out specifics is nice, and I think it kind of addresses everything at once. It's like, wow, your hair looks great. Did you just get a haircut? That is something that, you know, no one's going to bat an eye at, I don't think. But once you go into the, wow, you look like that's kind of a move, I feel. Not a move. It's not a move. It's each their own, man. So let's break it down. Was he flirting with mom? I think her asking, you know, say more about that. Gorgeous about me is a bit. She's pulling this poor guy along for the entertainment of her husband. She's doing that to show the husband, like, you ain't nothing. Look at what this young man is doing. And I think, let's read the comments here. It was a little weird for her to ask you to elaborate. That's what I thought. If she'd left it at you look gorgeous, there wouldn't have been any issues. The fact that she pushed it indicated she was looking for a fight with her husband and used Op's comments to instigate. Sometimes people just love to fight. Fully understand it. It's the first. Some people love during an important moment. Meeting your daughter's boyfriend, the perfect time because they want more attention on them, or if it's because they just want to feel like it was a real blowout moment. Sorry, I'm scratching my ankles like crazy, dude. I got destroyed by mosquitoes recently, and I can't stop scratching them. Some people just love fighting during important moments, or like it triggers them. Maybe it's some kind of stress response that they have. I'll never understand that. I just don't. It's not cool. It's not fun. It's not interesting. It's not something that is like gossip or hee-hee or like, remember that time when we fought? I hate that stuff, dude. I mean, telling her she looked gorgeous wasn't an issue. Her asking you to elaborate was a little weird. I'd avoid any compliments going forward. Yeah, that's good. In TA, her mom really shouldn't have stoked the flames, though. That's why they had to fight. If her husband never tells her she's beautiful, they're headed to a divorce soon. Anyway, nothing to do with Opera. Dude, being cocky is such a awkward. Meeting them for the first time. I keep scratching. I keep scratching. Oh, how awkward. God, how awkward. Also, surprise microphone. All right, next story. AITA for flirting with another girl after his girlfriend introduced me as a friend. Me, 28 male. Girlfriend, 29 female. I've been together for more than 2 years. She's introducing you as a friend after you've been together for 2 years? A little weird. And y'all are too old for this. You know, you're in your late 20s. That's weird. Why would she introduce you as a friend? Or why would you be flirting with another girl? What is this? Y'all are going to break up. We recently moved to cities, and she started to work in a new place about 3 months ago. 2 days ago, there was an after-work get-together of co-workers, and she forgot her phone charger at home. Hello. I went to give her the extra power bank we have at home, as her phone uses the old USB type. As I went to her table to give it to her, one of her colleagues asked her who I am. That means she did not say, my boyfriend's coming along, he's going to give me my charger now. She didn't say that. She said nothing about her boyfriend. As I went to her table to give it to her, one of her colleagues asked me who I am. Before I could say anything, she replied, this is my friend, let's call him Derek. He agreed to lend me the charger. I was a bit taken aback and looked at her and said, friend? She just laughed and said, you are so funny. Thank you for this. Wait. Bye. You're so funny. Thank you for this. Thank you for this. You knew. One of the other colleagues asked me if I was free, I can also join them. And I said, why not? And I could sense the annoyance on my girlfriend's face. Yeah, because you're just a friend. You know, join them. Why not? People were drinking. Some talked to me and asked me questions, made conversation. What do I do? Where did I grow up? Etc. I should mention at this point that my girlfriend and most of her colleagues there were Chinese, and I am Indian. This becomes relevant later. Whenever someone would ask me anything related to how I met my girlfriend, she would pipe up to answer in a way that wasn't untrue, but completely omits any romance, giving the impression that we were just old friends. Okay, so they didn't go, how did you meet your girlfriend? They went, how did you meet her? So they never said girlfriend. This kept bothering me, and I will admit I was getting pretty angry. All right, so your girlfriend really does not want you to be known as her boyfriend. Nice. Then one of the colleagues who initially asked who I was, pretty drunk now, said, girlfriend's name, let's call her Jessica, said, Jessica never told her she had such a good-looking friend, and laughed. My girlfriend also did a small, polite laugh. I replied, I didn't know she had such a pretty colleague either, and winked at her, which made her laugh more, but my girlfriend became visibly upset. Hey, this is one of those play stupid games, win stupid prizes thing. Hey, you know what? If we're all pretending here, why don't I pretend we're the best? Huh? But I think certainly a fight was going to happen. I think the boyfriend just is like, you know what? Let's make it interesting. Like, not in a cruel way, but just in like a, all right, you know, he's just responding to what was given to him, honestly. Like, he's just responding to what was given to him. Another colleague said to my girlfriend, it seems like you are an expert Cupid. My girlfriend was turning red, and I was also feeling slightly uncomfortable. So after a bit more chit-chat, I made an excuse and said I gotta go. The colleague said I should get her number from my girlfriend, and then I left. Oh, so now there's that dynamic now. So now the girlfriend knows that you have a shot at her colleague. Wow, this is a big old mess. Now when she came back, she refused to talk to me. And yesterday, she angrily told me that I kind of cheated on her and hurt her badly. I replied that although what I did was hurtful, she also needs to own up that introducing me as just a friend. She refuses to acknowledge it as well. It's just socially awkward, and she thought that her colleagues might react weirdly to her dating an Indian guy, as they are all dating white or other Chinese people. Okay, yeah, so
This is a little racist.
Insecure about the race that you're dating is what that is. And you want your boyfriend to be cool. Damn. His identity or relationship to you because of his race. What do you call it when you treat Damn. Her reasoning is that a lot of explanation and questions regarding interracial dating, and she wanted to avoid all that. Are you sure? Because one of your friends, who was Chinese, per Op's statement, was interested and was trying to get your number. So, what's that? What's that about? I'm grasping at straws here, but maybe this girl, like, you know, grew up with real racist parents and associates other Chinese people with these weird feelings, which is odd, and I don't think that's true, and neither does this guy. He says, I don't buy it. I feel she just wanted to hide the fact that she's gay. We are at an impasse. I refuse to apologize. She that what she did was wrong. She thinks she did not do anything wrong. AITA. Something wrong. She's avoiding responsibility for her actions, and I feel like it's like, oh, you're not proud of dating? You've dated 2 years? And at around 2 years is where you start thinking, am I going to marry this person? You're in your late 20s. This is where you start asking the question, am I going to marry this person or not? And you, this Indian gentleman here, is now aware that he's with somebody who is insecure about his racial identity. You're with somebody who is not insecure, but embarrassed, or doesn't want to have to explain a thing, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not an expert, let me say that again. But unless she can grow up and grow out of this, that's not going to be the mother of your children. That's not going to be your wife. You know, she's not going to be able to defend you when you're not around, because she's embarrassed of your race. How cool is that? You picked a winner there, dude. I feel bad for you. Absolutely, NTA. Your girlfriend essentially erased your relationship to her new friends. New friends, I might add, who clearly didn't give a toss about your ethnicity. Give a toss. Your judgment was right. She just didn't want to admit she was dating you. Sorry, but that's a deal breaker. And for some reason, there's a little search bar here for deal breaker, as in people don't know what that means. I would love to buy this man a drink for the way he handled it. She didn't want him to be her boyfriend in this group, so he didn't act like it. Beautiful. NTA, but you're not going to recover from this because the incident clearly demonstrates the kind of relationship you have. She's ashamed of you socially. She'll keep you a secret, and you're not going to be able to progress in terms of commitment. If she's ashamed of calling you boyfriend, do you think she'll be willing to call you fiance or husband? Exactly. The father of my kids, dude? Is she so embarrassed by your race that she's not going to have kids with you? She's going to be embarrassed by her son or daughter's fact that they're going to be half Chinese, half Indian? This is a grow up or get out situation.
They're both still Asian.
NTA, the major red flag is her refusing to accept her own fault. Being socially awkward doesn't mean introducing your boyfriend of 2 years as just a friend. Yeah, also, you know, I've been socially awkward before, and then I apologize for that awkwardness. I don't use being socially awkward as a defense mechanism to defend asinine behavior. I go, oh yeah, sorry, that was offensive. I messed up. I'm bad. Social awkwardness does not give you a freaking weirdo. Being bothered to answer questions about interracial dating is just an excuse. That can be easily solved by drawing boundaries. Yeah, no, we're not going to talk about that. That's not, like, you know, why am I dating an Indian guy? Weird question. And it doesn't seem as if she's the only one dating a foreigner. Her friends are too. Honestly, it's better to have a deep and honest conversation about this, and there seems to be a lot to unpack. If you kind of cheated the person, then by that same logic, she basically called your relationship quits. Interesting. Yeah, we're playing imaginary games here. All of this is getting offended. I imaginarily did because I'm imaginarily not your boyfriend. I'm weird. This person here says, so your girlfriend is racist and ashamed to be dating you? Why are you tolerating this? And the reply to that is, I'm wondering who at the office she's trying to bag, in my humble opinion. I mean, that's another thing. Maybe her coworkers saw her flirting with a guy at work, and it would be weird if she outed herself as being in a relationship for 2 years, which is also bad. The only outcome is bad. The relationship has to end. Because it's only bad. Yep.
It's my
Grow
fault.
up or move on. Grow up, get out. Grow up, get out, baby. I'm a scratchy little boy.
Boy, I'm a scratchy, scratchy boy.
When they were called on my parents. Dude, writing the story, I'm sorry. Have a brother, 13-year-old male, and 2 sisters, 12. You're the oldest sibling. Our parents are the kind of people who will help everybody who's anybody to the extreme. Usually, I'm the one who has to give up the most for them. Like, they will let people stay with us when they're between homes, or at our house is getting work done, or someone's visiting. And I always have to give up my room because there's more than the guest room can fit. My siblings will keep theirs, and usually I will be in the living room. I went to my brother's room when we were younger, but more. Sometimes we could have like 10 extra people staying with us per week. 9? 10? Per week? 10? You have a freaking hotel, dude? You got one guest bed. Why are they offering their places to stay? 10? Especially if it's summer or Christmas, money gets tight because guests never have to contribute, and spaces is super tight because we're all on top of each other. My parents say that being old and having my own room are the reasons I need to give up my room when my brother and sisters don't. Occasionally, the customers who the same age as my brother will share his room with him, but they share the bed, and it's a really tight squeeze. When we started having people stay over, I just got my sleeping bag and moved into the basement with a few things. The 3 nights since 2025 started when I could have slept in my own bed, I didn't even bother. And yeah, that's how bad. My dad's brother, his wife, and their 3 kids are living with us. And parents decided to come and stay for the summer. Then one of the mom's friends started staying with us 6 weeks ago with her family. But then my dad's ex-stepdaughter, who had no kids but still talks to his ex-dad, her family needed a place to crash, so they stayed. That meant my room, the guest room, and the living room were full, and the basement was also, I have to see what that is. So I went to crash at a friend's house. When I was there, I told his parents, and his parents reported it. Reported that I had not had my own bed in months, and how I would get there starving because as a hosting family, we get to eat last at home. All right, we got a classic case of you are being raised by people pleasers or who are too people pleasing to where they can't set enough boundaries to take care of their own family. They, like the last story, need to grow up or get out. The song is irrelevant, but the vibe is forever. Yeah, you're hungry? Also, having a sleeping bag in a basement situation, I'm curious, is that enough for CPS? If you don't have a physical bed, if you sleep in a sleeping bag, is that enough for CPS? But then you're hungry all the time. It's just awful, dude. And the fact that you have to make this Reddit post about it is just sad. CPS interviewed me, and I was honest about everything. I told them why I went into the basement full time, about us eating last, and everything that was going on. CPS warned my parents that they needed to have better accommodations for the 4 of us. I think they have to work with CPS for a few months now on stuff. Take some classes, and need less people at the house. My parents wanted to know why they used certain things, and I told my parents I was honest with them. It pissed them off bad, and I told them that they effed me over all the time, so why should I care about the trouble they're in? Does that make me the a-hole? I'm spending most nights at my friend's house. Yeah, you know what? I think this is a situation where you did exactly what you were supposed to do, and, you know, if you had raised any awareness or tried to raise any awareness, like, hey, I don't like this is making me uncomfortable, please stop doing this, and they didn't listen to you, that's bad. I am of the impression, I am under the impression that they would not have listened to you had you brought that up at all. I think because you're the oldest, and it's your responsibility to get out of your bedroom, give up your bedroom, sleep back, and go to the basement. Like, dude, what is this? You're Harry Potter and freaking understowage thing of the staircase. You know, you're living in the cupboard.
No, my baby.
So yeah, call CPS because a child, a 16-year-old child, should not be dealing with this. It should be grown-ups coming in and be like, hey, stop. I'm telling you to stop. And they need to take classes. And they need to meet with students. They need to be ashamed a little bit. I think right now, their anger, their resentment is probably coming from being embarrassed. Hopefully it's from being freaking embarrassed that they're doing this stupid thing. They're hosting way too many people. They have no boundaries, and they're affecting their direct, immediate family. Like, stop. Grow up and get out. No, you're not the a-hole. You're 16. You're a 16-year-old boy, and you're also thinking of your siblings as well. If you're hungry and your family eats last in your house when they're hosting other people, dude, you're looking out for your siblings too, right? Your 13-year-old, 12-year-old, 9-year-old. No, they had to be called because it could get worse. It could get worse. They're slowly cranking up the temperature, and y'all are just frogs in slowly boiling water, and your parents are going to get blindsided by all this hosting and all the dopamine they feel for helping out their friends and family or whatever. Nope. Set a damn boundary. NTA, you may have done your siblings a great service. Your parents' first responsibility was to you and to them. Do they think they get some extra points in heaven because they neglected their children and helped other people? They won't. The only people actually entrusted with them were their children. They have failed. You kids are not the hosts. Your parents are. Yes, they could have eaten last, but they should have let children eat first. Also, notice how the parents never gave up their room when they kept adding people. They just keep adding the strain to their kids. They never once even offered to swap rooms with their kids. Not an actual solution, but at minimum, they should have swapped and gave the kids the bigger room to fit more beds rather than to force op to the basement. They are actively neglecting their kids for the sake of looking good. And do you look good? Do you? With 10 extra people in your house at a time? I don't know, man. NTA, this is neglect. You didn't have a place to sleep or food to eat to the point that you had to go somewhere else. It is also a form of mental and physiological abuse. Please never feel like you did anything wrong. You were actually very brave to use your voice. I agree with that. Let's say that for a second. Very, very brave. Keep doing it, and please request family and separate therapy. If you're of the mind, give us an update later on. I tried to count out the current additional people: dad's brother, wife, and kids. 5. Dad's parents. 2. Mom's friend plus family. 1 plus question mark. Dad's ex-stepdaughter and family. 1 plus question mark. Family equals at least 2. Otherwise, Op would have mentioned the additional person. Total minimum 13 guests plus family 6 equals 19. This is a huge unbelievability test. How many bathrooms? The health department. Situation 2. 3 bathrooms. One's my parents, and it's connected to their room, and nobody else can oh, so your parents get their own private little bathroom, huh? They get their own little bathroom? That's glad CPS is involved. We're gonna do it. Why I'm itchy, and I got a scratch. Oh. Am I the a-hole for refusing to cut off my hair because my 7-year-old niece has cancer? The title probably already tells I'm the a-hole, which I probably am, but I just need other people's opinions on my situation. I am a 17-year-old male. Unfortunately, about 6 weeks ago, my niece got diagnosed with ALL, that is acute lymphocytic leukemia, which is a type of cancer. Considering she has pretty much had health issues since birth, words cannot describe how bad I feel for my aunt, uncle, cousin, and especially my niece. Basically broke their family apart, even though I had never been that close to them. I do emotionally support them, especially my cousin, to really let him know that I'm there for him, and that he can tell me whatever's going on where he's already done it. Now I'll get to the point. Last week, due to the results of chemo, my niece's beautiful long blonde hair started to fall off, which they immediately shaved down. I'm not native English, sorry if I make this sound weird, but the next day, a group chat including the entire family was created where my aunt announced it would be wholesome if everyone shaved their hair off as well to show their support, including a picture where the 4 of them all smile without any hair on their head. As soon as I saw this, I thought it was wholesome, but doubted anyone else would do it. 2 hours later, I arrived home to see both my sister and my mother bald, followed by my other cousin and grandma. The next day, when I woke up and entered the living room, my mom asked, "When are you ready to do it?" while holding an electric hair trimmer. I originally thought it was something to decide on your own, but since everyone else is doing it, I'm kind of being pushed into a corner. I really don't want to sound egotistic, but I'm a guy with long hair, which over the years has basically become my personality. You're a 17-year-old, you're a teenager. It's pretty much the only thing about myself I love, and I really don't think I want to shave it all off. Okay, so this is where he gets his self-esteem from. It's a nice thought, it's a nice matter, but maybe there's something else you can do with it. But But then again, you're 17. You're looking into applying to colleges. You're looking into, you know, getting started on the next chapter of your life. You know, you're a senior. There's a lot of other stuff going on in the 17-year-old world where they have to kind of prepare for the rest of their life. And shaving your hair off, while it really is a nice gesture, a nice familial group gesture, if the hair is how you feel good about yourself, I don't know. We're gonna keep moving. Yes, if I shave it, my niece could be shocked that her long-haired cousin finally shaved his hair off in order to support you. But if I have to keep things real, it might sound extremely rude here, but my aunt made a video showing my niece's reaction to my mom and sister shaving their heads off, and she did not even seem to slightly care about it. The video went like this. My aunt shows a picture of my niece, who's watching a cartoon. She has to tap her maybe 4 times to get her attention. And when she looks, she just stares at it, says wow, and continues watching her cartoon. Okay, I've seen this trend. We've all you know, seen videos of this trend before. It's like, you know, a lot of times I've seen a barber shaving their client's hair for cancer treatment, getting ahead of it. It's like, yeah, we're gonna shave your head, and you know what? I'm shaving mine too. We're in this together, and it's a sweet move, and it's a cool thing. I suppose, but you know, those people are a lot of times older, like grown up. A 7-year-old girl, I don't know. Would it be weird if you're a child and you see everybody almost like mirroring your illness back at you? Like that kind of gets rid of any illusion of normalcy you'll be able to have. It's almost, it's like a constant reminder of your disease. If you're everybody in your family is kind of mirroring your illness. Is that something? I don't know. There's not a lot that can be done to make you feel good when you got cancer in your blood and bones, but the family is trying, which is nice. I noticed after this video, my mom started to kind of become pushy towards me shaving my hair to show my support. Again, this might sound rude, but in other words, she wants to drag me down into the pit with her. This morning, I got a text from my aunt where she said it would be really nice if I shaved my head as well in order to show my emotional support towards my niece. If we have to keep things real, which I love that this is you saying, hey man, I keeps it real. Shaving my head will basically change nothing in the entire situation. But I can't just say no, can I? I seriously really don't know what to do. If my aunt would have shown a little more appreciation to my sister and mom, I would have probably considered it, but considering she did not even reply to the pictures and just immediately showed them to my niece as if you have to do it, I don't think I'm willing to do it. Don't get me wrong, I really, really, really love my niece. And even though I'm not that close with her, I always really cared about her and made sure she was always comfortable with me. And I have a lot of fun memories with her when she was a little girl. It's just that when they moved a couple of towns away, we started seeing them less and less. Okay, so you're not somebody who's with her every week or so. She doesn't have an ongoing close relationship with you. This is somebody you see every once in a while at like a family gathering or something, which could make the gesture less immediate. But then again, if you're a kid and you just shaved your head, do you want everybody around you to also have a shaved head? I don't know. Do you want to see that back at you? I think it's a to each their own situation. I don't know. I think it's individual. Like, what does the niece want?
Bored?
Not that it's up to her whether or not you shave your head. I'm just, you know, this is a really tricky one. This is very odd. I'm curious what y'all are thinking out there, because this is really a pickle, isn't it? Ultimately, it should be up to the guy. This is what I'm thinking, is ultimately it's up to the 17-year-old kid. You know, he's about to go off and do his own thing. He's also a kid, you know. But really, what do? I'm almost getting threatened to cut off my hair by 3 people. And if I do decide to do it, what if no appreciation is shown? Yes, I would have done it to show support from my side, but if it's nowhere to be appreciated, then what is the point? This is 15,000 upvotes, 4,000 comments. This is really getting a lot of people, you know, lit up. Let's see what the comments have to say. If I, God forbid, got cancer, I would find it extremely condescending. Showing support is not the same as a phone call or coming to visit, which is actually showing support. And this person replied, when my mom got sick and needed to shave her head, she was absolutely fuming at my brother suggesting it. As she explained, she felt bad enough without the reminder every time she looked in the mirror. She didn't need one while looking at her kids. Okay, so there is something to be said about it being mirrored everywhere. It breaks the illusion of normalcy that you could have. 5 minutes not thinking about your illness, and then you look around and everybody around